What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to look at the big picture? The big picture in your life. Well, from my vantage point, I'm not projecting, not trying to get anyone to see anything the way that I do. But the way I see my life in this present moment and why I won't let this situation get to me is because I see my life playing out like a movie. I was inspired to be a movie writer, and I said that in a previous video. And when I look at my situation and I look at it deep, because I can see things deeply, not just surface level, but deep. It's like looking at a carpet and seeing that it's clean, but when you pull it up, it's dirty up underneath because the dirt seep through. I can see through my situation. And I remember watching a movie called Acrimony. I don't know if you ever seen that movie Acrimony, but the story was an inventor creating a motor, and he was trying and trying and trying and trying. I mean, he put all of his might into his invention. Everything he had, his spirit, his which is his mind, and his heart, which is his soul. He put his heart into the situation, and he put his mind in it, and he wouldn't give up because he believed in himself. Now, that character in that movie was married. And to the person that he was married to, it didn't seem like his idea was going to work. It didn't seem like it. She started getting fed up. They started to lose the house. Everything started crumbling. They was having tower moments. They lost the house, I believe, to my recollection. And her family was telling her, you need to leave him alone. You know, she ended up divorcing him, and she put him out, all of that. He ended up in a homeless shelter. I mean, this story, I can't tell the whole story about the movie. You just got to go watch Acrimony for yourself. But he ended up in a homeless shelter, and he kept reaching out to this one company trying to get them interested in his motor, and they wasn't interested. They even called him crazy, banned him from coming up to the building. And then finally he ran into someone that he used to date when he was younger, mess with or whatever. And he seen her one day. He was hanging outside he was hanging outside the building because they saw his determination as crazy. Like, it's not gonna work, but he like, it's gonna work because I know it is, because they couldn't see they didn't have the vision that he had, because it was given to him, not them. And so one day he was outside of that building, and he seen this lady that he used to date when he was a teenager or mess with or whatever. And he gave his information to her, and she started investigating, and she got the company to offer him. They gave him an offer. The offer that they gave him, he was like, what I got going on is worth more than what you're trying to offer me. And he walked away, and he didn't take it because he believed in himself. He knew his worth. That's what knowing your worth and your value is. I know what I'm creating. I know what it's worth, and I'm not settling for less. He didn't take it. But this is after, I believe, he was in a homeless shelter, because she came to him. Well, he ended up in a homeless shelter or whatever. I don't know if it was before or after, but I know he ended up in a homeless shelter, and she ended up coming to get him from the homeless shelter. And I'm not saying this to, try to get somebody to come get me or nothing like that. I'm just telling you how I see his determination the same as mine. And almost kind of like my situation, almost the same, because look where I am. You know what I'm saying? But it was because the company that he kept going to was overlooking him. They didn't even really see the value of the motor, the product that he was offering. They didn't see the value. But once they seen the value, they came back and gave him something that he was willing to accept, because he, like I said, he knew his worth, he knew his value. And this is why I refuse to give up. I don't care who keep trying to break me down. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. This weapon right here that's being formed against me is not going to prosper, because I have a strong mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who I'm around and what I'm seeing. It's not going to break my spirit. It's not going to bring me down, because the universe is always going to give me information for me to see things in a higher vibration, which is be positive about my situation, because just because it looks bad doesn't mean it is. And I'm being used as a vessel to speak and share this information to whoever is listening to it that may be on the same type of journey I'm on. You know what I'm saying? We all get used in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It's just, how are you being used? Are you being used to uplift, or are you being used to tear down? I'm being used to lift up. And as I go along in my journey and I share it with you, it's not like you're going to see it on a movie after the fact. You hear me telling you there's nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I just believe in myself, and I'm not never going to give up on me. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, with me aligning myself, because I'm trying to do something a certain way, and a lot of times things just don't go exactly the way that you want. And sometimes you have obstacles and challenges and valleys and hills and, you know, and rivers and things you got to cross, and unexpected that come to you unexpectedly. But when those things come to you, it's not about what comes to you, it's how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? And I choose to handle it in a positive way. I'm not gonna never see my situation in a bad way. And plus, I remember that movie. And I know that movie, I believe, I want to say it's kind of based on a true story. I don't know if it's all fact or fiction, or half and half, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, my story is true. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming from me. And like I said, for those who are listening, you know, if you ever find yourself want to start a project or something, and you don't have people around that don't believe in you, it don't matter who don't believe in you. It doesn't matter what your situation is. The universe can always turn things around. Just like it turned this way, it can turn around. I done been homeless before, and it got turned around. Unfortunately, I have people trying to sabotage, and that's different than it's just not working. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It being intentionally sabotaged versus it ain't working is completely different. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'll never, ever in my life forgive up on your girl P, because I got my own back and I'm all I have. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to share that. And like I said, I don't tell my story to project it on other people. I share my story to uplift you, to show you that things can go wrong, but if you believe in yourself and you keep going, moving forward, because forward is always going up. No matter what it may look like in front of you, it's always going up. And you'll never get to your goal if you quit. And I refuse to quit. But that's all I got for you. And I holla though. One love. Peace.